Good evening. My name is Andy Pruitt. I'm your son's AP US History teacher. I'm sorry I couldn't be at Meet the Teacher tonight, and I'm making this video to kind of cover the same stuff I normally cover. First, here's my contact information. I'm gonna throw it up on the screen. It'll be up there for a few seconds. If you want to write it down, just pause the video and write it down. As for me, I am a Strake Jesuit alumni of class of 1998. I went off to Texas A&M, got a job, ended up in the Alumni Service Corps, and I've worked here for about 17 years. I've taught AP US History, I think, for about 10 of those. Some of the common questions that I usually get is one, what's the deal with the AP test? If you didn't take AP World last year, not a big deal. The AP test is the advanced placement test put on by the College Board, the same people that put on the SAT and the ACT and all that stuff. If your sons pass it, they can get credit for American history in college, depending on where they go. In the state of Texas, it is a law that if they get a 3 or above, it's on a scale of 1 to 5, and they pass, they have to take it for credit. If they go to a private university or whatever, I'm not exactly sure if they take it or not. You'd have to check with them. But the AP test is sort of guiding light for the course. In the course, we're going to do a good job teaching American history, providing a well-rounded look at American history. But at the end of the day, our goal is to be prepared for the AP exam, which means we have to cover all the material from Christopher Columbus to Donald Trump in the school year, where the other courses are going to be able to sort of stop and slow down and maybe look at more other stuff. We're going to be on sort of a breakneck pace to get finished with the course. Now, outside of the AP US History exam, other questions I already get are, how does the course work? The way the course generally works is every week your sons will be assigned homework and reading, because there'll be a reading quiz over each chapter each week. And in doing that, that means they always have something to do. Now, what I ask of you guys is that you ask them every night, what are you guys doing in American history? What's your American history work this week? Because what'll happen is, since they have a whole week to do it, oftentimes they put it till the very end and they procrastinate, and that doesn't always end up being a good situation for them, right? And so I tell them, hey, spend 30 minutes every night doing your AP US history work, so that way you don't have a ton to do at the end. It also prepares them, it always helps them with time management as well. Speaking of the course flow, we have, I guess if you guys are watching this on Thursday when it's Meet the Teacher, on Wednesday we had our first test over the summer reading. Depending on what section you're in, Thursday or Friday, it should be a quiz over chapter 1. Next week there'll be a quiz over chapter 2, and so forth and so on. It's all pretty straightforward. It's always on the website. They can always look and find it. But hopefully everything runs smoothly this year. I'm excited to be back on campus with the students and not having to Zoom and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun for me to be in the classroom with everybody. Lastly, one of the questions I always get is about the textbook. The textbook is the American Pageant. I think it's like the 16th edition or whatever. It's the AP version, has an American flag on it. All the students should have it through the school's ebook program. But the question I always get is, should they get the physical book? It's not necessary. If they want to get the physical book, by all means get it. I know that the iPad can be distracting. A couple of ways to fight that distraction. Coming out in iOS 15, there's going to be like focus modes or something. Feel free to use those. Also, you can just throw the thing in airplane mode after you download the book and read it that way. But for people that don't want to have electronics or do that, you can go buy a physical copy of the book. It's like the gold standard AP US History book. So you can find it on Amazon, eBay, AbeBooks, wherever you find textbooks, you'll be able to find this book. But it's not mandatory that you get the physical version. Outside of that, I don't have any major questions. I should have put my contact information at the beginning. I don't remember if I did at this point. If not, I'll throw it up here. But if you need to get a hold of me, feel free to email me, call me. Also, if If you want to set up a Zoom meeting, you want to come meet me in person on campus, if you want to have a phone call, please just reach out. I'm usually pretty accessible, and I'm pretty good about getting back to emails. The only caveat is my wife works down in the med center, and she wakes up at 4 a.m., which means I wake up at 4 a.m., which means we go to bed like at 9. So if you email me after 9 o'clock, there's a decent chance you won't get a response until the next day. I hope you guys enjoy Meet the Teacher Night, and I look forward to seeing you guys around campus.